Okay, we're going on to our next speaker, which is Adrien, talking to us about nocturnal bird migrations and combination of citizen science, AI, radar, integrating a lot of different pieces of technology and people here. Adrien, do you want to take it away?
Yes, thank you. Thank you to the WILDLABS community and to Stephanie to let us present NBM for nocturnal bird migration. The project is to automate the tracking of birds by night with N4 ornithologists in Europe. The with N4 is very important, you will see it. So first, a bit of an introduction. Maybe you know it, but nocturnal migration, it's a quite crazy phenomenon occurring twice a year throughout the world. It concerns billions of birds. And as you can see on the right images, some radar just get 3 million birds predicted moving during the night of the 16th of May in the US. And on the left, you can see the different corridors at fall in Europe. So nocturnal migration is a crazy phenomenon that you can see when the weather is very bad. As you can see on this picture, this is on an island, the Seal Island, where the birds stop because of the weather, and you can see thousands of them with different species. This is quite the only way to see the nocturnal migration, because using your binoculars is quite impossible, apart if you have thermal binoculars or you are during a very bright moon with a bright city close by. It's quite impossible to see the birds moving. And to follow migration, you have to stay awake all night long to try to identify the call of the birds, but it's quite challenging. You have to stay all night long awoken during a period of 2 or 3 months and try to identify what's happening. So we have one issue, how to follow and identify, birds while they migrate by night. There is a solution. This is bioacoustic. You will have a recorder, you put a micro, and you put over your balcony, in your garden, over your roof, and you listen to the sound of the night. The sound of the night will be on the band and an audio file that you can transform into a spectrogram and see the little shape you can see on the right, such as the call of this common red plover. This is very nice, and particularly during the pandemic, because birds could not go outside. So they put a lot of micro and recorders out, and they had a lot of information to explore and to go through. It is really exciting. However, it is very time-consuming and challenging. Indeed, for a night of 8 or 10 hours, you will have 30 minutes at least of analysis to see what birds have moved through your garden or your balcony. And you have to be quite expert in identifying birds, because you have no context, you have no shape, you have nothing to identify the birds apart from this shape and the sound. So we would like to help ornithologists to go through this topic, nocturnal migration, thanks to the new technologies and particularly AI. To do so, the N project was born, and we had some goals. So the goals were to give access to nocturnal migration tracking to everyone, and to generate a great amount of data on this unknown phenomenon. Indeed, as you have understood, it is occurring by night, so we don't really know about this. We know that species are now moving by night because they avoid some trees. We don't know how many, we don't know when. So this is to generate data in order to make scientific analysis, but also to track the birds on large spatial and temporal scale. Indeed, with micro, you can go everywhere, anywhere, without putting a human in danger. And so the NGO was born thanks to and based on 3 communities. The first community is a community of birders, the ornithologists. The second community is a community of 10 data scientists. And the last community, making the link between birders and data scientists, is the developers. How they work together? First, the birders. There is the Discord group chat. If you want to join the project, I will put it at the end. So first, the ornithologists, they have an important job. it's to label sounds in order to train a data set, a model. We have a data set now of more than 10,000 labels for more than 90 species, among which you can find the common crane or the bittern that are passing through your balcony in Europe. This labeling was done with the help of Audacity, and there is a documentation how you can help us in order to have more and more data, because as presented in the present presentation and as presented every time here in the Variety Hours, data is the most difficult and important things to have. Then the developers create a platform, the volunteers, of course, everyone is volunteer here. There are no salary or paid person. The volunteer developers developed a platform in order to put the data with the annotation at a place where it could be easy to use. This is an open source platform, so you can find the code on the left, and you can participate in putting your data on. All the data are accessible, so if you want to train a model to automate the following of a migration in your country, you can use the data that have been recording with the volunteer builders. And finally, and most importantly, with the data, we develop an AI model based on the data set and the, I would say, the skill we had. So we had this slide made by Luis, which is now who is not present. So the principle is the following: you have your recording, as I told you. In the morning, you get your SD card, you put it on your computer, and the script will transform your recording into a spectrogram. This is the visual representation of the sound. After putting this into a spectrogram, we can analyze it as an image. So thanks to a faster CNN algorithm, we are now able to detect and classify birds, such as this black-bellied plover, with quite a high confidence. And we are very proud of it because we have a very nice detection and classification precision, and it is now available and freely available for everyone. And that was our main goal: help birders to go birding. That was kind of the most important thing to us. So this achievement is now done, but we have, of course, things to continue. First, we want to continue to label data because we are only, as I told you, 90 species, and there are a lot more moving through, and the least common one are very difficult to catch. So we have to train our model. And this is the second goal: improve the AI by continuously train the AI, refactor the code with the new technologies, because as you may know, with the different presentation, the technologies are moving very fastly. And we want to facilitate the access to the AI, and we are helped by this, by the M33 organization in France, to go not without Kaggle, but without another solution in order to help the birders going through the technology. And then we want to analyze our model, because this is important to know what are exactly the precision of the detection, what is the classification rate. So we will do statistics on it. And finally, you have understood that this is a collaborative work. We are working with a lot of birders throughout France and Europe, and we continue this collaboration with a French national project, with the Natural History Museum, the Bird Protection Link, and Biophonia, and are part of the Nocturnal Migration Tracking Working Group. So if one of these three goals interests you, feel free to contact the team in order to join this fantastic project. Thank you for listening. Here is the funding team. If you have any question, feel free to ask them. Here are the links if you want.
Sorry, I jumped in too soon. Sorry, I got excited.
No. This was kind of the hand and just
So Louis been dropping heaps of links as you've been talking. So it's a great tag team effort, and Carly, he's picking up questions Carly's been asking. My question before we move on, because I'm conscious of time, this is not your day job, is it? Or you're not a bird conservationist by background, are you? How did you?
This is not our day job, yeah.
So how did you, as someone who comes from like more of the tech side, right? How did you find your way into this?
Oh, that's a nice question. In all the funding team, our job is closely related to the topic. The people from Biophonia work in bioacoustic. Luis is a PhD candidate, and Hervé and I are project manager, teacher, working and ornithologist. But this is the patient who brought us there. We are all birders, and we want to help other birders with our skills. So we have a day job and a night job. The night job is NBM.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to pop you back into the chat. If people have questions for Adrien and Louis, please do ask them in the chat. Thank you so much. That was really interesting.